What's up, guys? I am Brian from Obey the Gamers, and I'm bringing you the Season 3, Episode 5 review of The Walking Dead. Say the word is what the episode's called, and let's get started. Now, we start off exactly where we left off. How everyone is saddened for the loss of Lori, T-Dog, and I believe they all think Carl is dead. I say that because there's a part where Gwen is digging up a dish, and as he's finishing one dish up, he tells the prisoners, Oscar and Axel, to dig up two more dishes. Therefore, T-Dog, Lori, and Carl. I don't think they're gonna bury Andrew, especially since what he did is causing all three death, or two. We don't know anything about Carl yet. We don't know if she's there or alive. And well, Rick, as we see he picks up the axe that was dropped by him, I believe it was, and goes inside, causing a zombie massacre again. It's like all 5 episodes we've seen zombie massacres. It's really amazing how this season is starting to pick up with the zombies killing and everything. But moving on, we see how Michonne sneaks into the governor's office, gets back her kentai or sword, whichever you want to call it, and overhears the governor and Murrow and the scientist talking about how, well, the scientist says that he doesn't want them to be using the generator for the event that's happening there that night, and Murrow and governor just says, relax, it's gonna be alright. You can start your testing on these zombies on another day. And so we're starting to see how the scientist guy doesn't really like being there. I mean, he doesn't really agree with the stuff that the governor's doing with the power and everything and stuff. We might see a rebellion later with this guy. Actually, I'm pretty interested. I forgot his name. I don't really remember the name in the comic or in here because he really dies early in the comic when you see him. Actually, I don't think he's in the comic. I think I'm confusing him with the Doctor to save Rick in the comics. But other than that, spoilers, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to mention, if you are new to The Walking Dead or or still trying to catch up in the comics or in the series, then there's going to be spoilers. Ooh, we're already 3 minutes late in saying that. Sorry, guys. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. They are able to, back in Rick's group, they're able to secure Sophia, which is the new baby, which is the name of the new baby, that Carl gives her his baby sister the name of, and and Herschel tells him that this baby girl is going to need some vitamins or minerals. Oh my god, I forgot what. Formula, there we go. Formula, which is in food, baby food and stuff. So Daryl doesn't want to see another life gone, takes up action, and while Rick is losing it, Daryl is like fucking stepping up as being leader, which is pretty badass. I mean, he's like stepping up, and we clearly see that he was second in command after Shane died. He is definitely the next choice in being leader, that's for sure. Maggie goes with him to go get the supplies needed for the baby's survival, and so they go while Glenn is left behind. No, well, he wanted to go, but he was left behind in the end because they can only take one person extra in this motorcycle. Back to Michonne and Andrea. The governor talks to Michonne, how he's thinking that starting to think that she doesn't want to be there, which is pretty obvious. She doesn't want to be there. And then at some point, Michonne mentions Penny, and at that point, she had a leverage over the governor. You even see it in his face. But when Michonne mentioned that Penny was not just another woman, or like in the governor's sex life, the governor smiled and tried to play it off because spoilers in the comic, Penny is his daughter, which we also see before anything. I think that's the first scene we see when we go back to Michonne and Andreas part of the story. He's braiding, not braiding, but brushing his zombified daughter. Oh my god, it's getting interesting. Moving on. Now, yeah. So after his talk with Michonne, he talks with Andrea, telling her that Michonne doesn't want to be there, and how Andrea should try to convince her to stay a bit. And that's about it. That's all they talk about. And later on, later on, Michonne and Andrea has their talk, whether they should stay, whether they should leave, how Andrea wants to stay, how Michonne doesn't want to stay. Yeah, the same topic again. But she's but Michonne is like just not trusting these people. That's all you can tell Andrea, and that's really not much to go on by if you're just someone who actually just got out of an apocalypse, sort of got out of an apocalypse. Then calm down. So yeah, they're still arguing, and then at some point they were going to leave. Meryl wouldn't let them leave at first, talking to some guy. Andrea was getting a little suspicious, but then Meryl decided to just let them decide if they want to go or not. And Andrea and Michonne leverage over what the guys, whatever, what she thinks about the governor and everyone else is gone. Andrea decides to stay while Michonne leaves. I already suspected that. I knew it was coming. I knew Michonne was going to leave Andrea because she did not want to leave that place, even with Michonne killer instincts, which she doesn't know yet because she really doesn't get to know Michonne yet. But trust me, it's good. So Michonne leaves and Andrea stays there. Moving on to Rick group. Glenn goes to find Rick and knows how he massacred a bunch of zombies. Tries to control Rick, but Rick just loses it. Puts the axe in his face, but then he just started. I don't know. It's just you start noticing the stress of being a leader, of the death of his best friend, the death of his daughter. I mean his wife. The death of many of his friends actually in the group, and man, it's all just got to him. And yeah, what really killed it was the death of his wife, Lori. Man, that really killed him. You see it, and then he eventually finds the boiler room where Lori's at, and he finds out that Carl did not shoot Lori. No, he didn't. As a matter of fact, Rick goes in there, finds Lori still moving and everything, and shoots her himself to finish the job that Carl couldn't. And he's just crying again. While in Daryl and Maggie finds a daycare, I think it is, finds some baby supplies, and Daryl finds a possum and kills it and takes it as food. Yeah, that's about it. And now, here's something interesting. Apparently, in back in the governor's side, actually, I'm going to talk about. There's this machine that makes noise, and don't worry, it's not inside. It's not inside Woodsbury. It's like outside in the forest and something. They built some kind of machine that makes noise and attracts zombies, and they even made a hole on one side of the machine. So when the zombies are like moving to the sound, they fall into that hole, and well, the people from the governor people captures the zombies and takes them to Woodbury. Oh man, I got so far ahead. I'm like listing all the details I forgot to mention before the governor even talked to Michonne. She got captured by the governor because she killed 6 zombies. Yeah, that's right. It was 1v6. Her versus 6 zombies. She killed them all, and it was all the governor's zombies actually. Yeah, they were all the governors. They were like fucking his pets and shit. And that's because of the later event that's gonna happen. And that was really interesting to see in this episode too. I would really want to see this, especially when I saw it in the comic. I'm like, oh my god, I want to see this in real life. And I saw it, man. It was badass. It was great to see this. It was the arena where two men fight each other while surrounded by 6 zombies. That's right, but the zombies are in chains. Oh my god, that was sort of badass. I can't wait when the serious fights come in. That's when shit gets real. Well, Andrea didn't really like the show, so the governor's trying to play off, say like it's scripted. Come on, it's like WWE. It's not real. But Andrea, I don't think she's buying it. She's noticing. She's telling the governor how the governor's making everyone think that these zombies are not to be feared of, or something that like are just like babies or pets. They're not supposed to be afraid. And the governor is saying exactly, we're making them not afraid of these things. We're making them live a normal life. And well, that's something you can argue about if you agree with the governor or agree with Andrea. I sort of agree with Andrea. You're supposed to be scared of these things and be stronger and fighting and killing these shits, not making entertainment out of them. But anyways, I think that's about in the governor's side. Back in Rick's group, Daryl and Maggie comes back with the baby supplies, feed the baby, and well, I think they're all still deciding what to name it. I think they didn't really name it Sophia yet. Sorry guys if I spoil anything. I don't even think they're gonna name Sophia. The show goes different. Or they probably did, I just didn't hear it, sorry. Anyways, at some point, just for like a comedy relief, Daryl called it Kick-Ass. The baby called Kick-Ass. Oh my gosh. I sort of laughed my ass off on that one. Everyone laughed. It was just to get some of the stress out, you know. It was good for the group. But Rick wasn't there. Sorry. I thought my computer froze. But Rick wasn't there. He was in the boiler room still with Lori. And well, that's when a phone started ringing, and that's how the episode ends. Rick hearing a phone ringing, and this is what interests me the most. If you know the comic and spoilers coming up, by the way, then you know that this is the part where Rick is coping from Lori's death. This is the part where he fucking starts to get things back to normal in his head. Oh my god, this is going to be when the truth comes out of who the person in the phone is. You people are gonna go insane. I guess this isn't much of a spoiler since I don't really want to spoil who it is, but those who read the comics knows. My god, we're going to see how much this affects Rick in oh my god, when he finds out this is going to traumatize Rick so much, we might see Daryl as a new leader for a while. We don't know. Now for Carl's side, Carl's still dealing with his mom dying, and since he didn't shoot he didn't shoot her, then I guess he's just traumatized for his mom dying. I mean, come on. He's like 13 probably in the show. That's a lot to deal with. And well, we have Maggie's little sister taking the place of Sophia as, I guess, a little love interest for Carl. And well, that's about it. Tell me what you guys think is going to happen next episode. This was a pretty interesting episode. We saw the battle arena. We saw the telephone. We saw Sophia, the baby. And well, tell me what you guys think happened to Carl. Is she actually dead? Oh, and there's actually a part where you see Daryl put flowers in Carl's grave. And that's about all I can say. I don't think she's dead. I think she's somewhere in there experimenting on zombies again. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. This was Brian from Obey the Gamers. Peace out.